Thank you so much for stopping by this channel. Today we will be doing some problems on transient analysis or time domain analysis. This will be useful for GATE ECE. So let's start with the first question. The impulse response of a first order system is k into e raised to minus 2t. If the input signal is sine 2t, then the steady state response will be given by. So the impulse response is given here, which is equal to h of t, that is k into e raised to minus 2t. What will be it in the Laplace domain? It will be h of s is equal to k divided by s plus 2. We know that s is equal to j omega, so I am going to replace s with the j omega equal to k divided by j omega plus 2. Now we have to find out what is this omega, and it is given in the question that the input is sine 2t, that is sine omega t. So here omega is 2, so it will be k divided by 2j plus 2. That is our impulse response of the system. So h of j omega equal to k divided by 2j plus 2. And if I take the magnitude of impulse response, I will get k divided by root of 4 plus 4, that is k divided by 2 root 2. And if I take the angle of h of j omega, I get minus tan inverse of 2 divided by 2, that is minus 45 degree or minus pi by 4. So there will be a change of magnitude by k divided by 2 root 2 in the input sine 2t, and the phase difference will be minus pi by 4. I am going to incorporate that into the input. So k divided by 2 root 2 into sine 2t minus pi by 4 will be the answer. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Let a first order low pass RC circuit is excited with a unit step function. The voltage response across the capacitor is, I have to find out the voltage response across the capacitor. For that I have to use the formula Vc of t is equal to Vc of infinity minus of Vc of infinity minus Vc of 0 into e raised to minus t divided by tau. Vc of infinity is the voltage across the capacitor when t tends to infinity, and Vc of 0 is the voltage across the capacitor when t tends to 0. And tau is the time constant, which is our RC. In RC circuit it is our RC. Okay. So let me draw a low pass RC circuit over here, and the input is u of t, right? And I have to find out Vc of infinity, that is the voltage across the capacitor when time tends to infinity. So t tends to infinity, what happens to frequency? Frequency tends to 0, because f is 1 divided by t, and xc is actually 1 divided by c omega, right? So 1 divided by 0 it will be, so xc tends to infinity, that is the capacitor will act as open circuit in steady state. Okay, capacitor will act as open circuit during steady state. So whatever the voltage is given as the input will be dropping, the whole of it will be dropping across the open circuit terminal only. So the Vc of infinity, that is a voltage across the capacitor when time tends to infinity, is u of t only, that is 1. Okay, and Vc of 0, it is 0 itself. It is no initial conditions are given here. So Vc of 0, that is the voltage across the capacitor when time is equal to 0, that is at the start it is 0 itself. And I am going to substitute all these in the equation. So Vc of t equal to V of infinity is 1 minus of 1 minus 0 into e raised to minus t divided by RC. So it will be 1 minus e raised to minus t divided by RC, that is option number B. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Here, an RC circuit initially at rest has a step voltage signal. The response V of t across C is V of t equal to 1 minus e raised to minus 3t. If now there is an initial voltage at C of 3 volts, then the voltage V of t is given by. So the general equation is Vc of infinity minus of Vc of infinity minus Vc of 0 into e raised to minus t divided by tau, right? Tau is the time constant here. Here it is e raised to minus 3t. Instead of e raised to minus t divided by tau, it will be e raised to minus 3t, unless the capacitor value or the inductor value, capacitor value or the resistor value is changing, there will be no change in tau. So e raised to minus 3t will be there always. Okay, so Vc of infinity, I have to find out the Vc of infinity. So Vc of infinity, it is given in the question that V of t is equal to 1 minus e raised to minus 3t. So what is V of infinity? V of infinity is equal to 1 minus e raised to minus 3 into infinity, that is 1 minus e raised to minus infinity, or minus infinity is 0 itself, so I get 1. So, and I am going to substitute that in this equation, Vc of infinity 1 minus Vc of 0, it is given in the question that it is 3 volt itself, so e raised to minus 3t. So I will get the answer 1 plus 2 into e raised to minus 3t. Okay, option number C. And the next question, RC circuit, the response for the unit step excitation is 1 minus e raised to minus t. The response for an excitation 2 u of t will be, there will be no change unless it the only change here that is going to happen is the 1 minus e raised to minus t is going to be multiplied by a 2, a scalar, that is 2. There is no other changes that is going to happen. So C. Let's move on to the next question. For an RC circuit, the response for unit step excitation is 1 minus e raised to minus t. If the unit voltage across the capacitor is, the initial voltage across the capacitor is 1 volt, then the response for an excitation 2 into u of t for t greater than or equal to 0 is. So for 2 into u of t, the Vc of t is 2 into 1 minus e raised to minus t, right? And Vc of infinity we have to find out, it is 2 itself, and Vc of 0 it is given in the question, it is 1 volt, and applying that in the equation I get Vc of infinity minus Vc of 0 into e raised to minus t equal to 2 minus e raised to minus t. So option number C. And let's the next question, in the circuit shown in the figure, the current I of t is given by, we have to find out the current I of t. For that I am going to use a Laplace transform over here and going to redraw the circuit in the Laplace domain. So 20t becomes 20 divided by s square in the Laplace domain, so it will be 20 divided by s square and then 1 ohm, and the inductor becomes SL, right? So it will be s into 1 and I of t becomes I of s, and write in the KVL over here, it will be 20 divided by s square minus I of s into 1 ohm minus s into I of s equal to 0, right? From this I of s equal to 20 divided by s square into s plus 1, right? In the partial fraction I will get a by s square plus b by s plus c divided by s plus 1, and solving the partial fraction I will get I'll get a equal to 20, b equal to minus 20 and c equal to 20 as well. So substituting that in the equation I get 20 divided by s square minus 20 divided by s plus 20 divided by s plus 1, that is our I of s, right? And taking the inverse Laplace transform I will get I of t. 20 divided by s square I get 20t minus 20 plus 20 into e raised to minus t, taking 20 outside and rearranging it I get 1 plus t plus e raised to minus t. So option number C. Let's move on to the next question. In the next question, in the network shown in the figure, the switch is open at t is equal to 0. Prior to that, the network was in steady state, and Vs of t at t is equal to 0 is, we have to find out Vs of t at t is equal to 0. So I am just going to redraw the circuit when t less than 0, and it is said that when t less than 0 it was in steady state. Okay, in steady state, and t tends to infinity and s tends to 0 and xl tends to 0, and inductor will be short circuited and S tends to 0, Xc tends to infinity, and capacitor will be open circuited. Please keep that in mind. In steady state, inductor will be short circuited and capacitor will be open circuited, and inductor will not allow sudden change in current and capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltages. Please keep these points in mind. So before t less than 0, before the switch was closed, opened. Okay, it is said that it was in steady state, then the inductor will have acted in short circuit and the capacitor will have acted as open circuit. Okay, right, and the voltage across the capacitor Vc of 0 minus is the voltage across these 2 points. Okay, that is short circuited, so it will be 0 volt itself, and the current through the inductor, this is IL of 0 minus. Okay, current through the inductor is, no current is going to flow over here because it is open circuited, so the current through here is 10 divided by 1 ohm, which is 10 divided by 10 ohm, right? 10 ohm, which is 1 ampere current. So IL of 0 minus is 1 ampere. Okay, and now redrawing the circuit when t greater than 0. T greater than 0, what happens? This switch is open circuited, right? Switch is open circuited. Switch is open, and we know that the IL of 0 minus equal to IL of 0 plus equal to 1 ampere, because inductor will not allow sudden change in current, and 1 ampere current is still flowing through here. So 1 ampere current is still flowing through here, that is the current from 10 volt source is flowing through 5 ohm resistor and this capacitor and coming to this 10 ohm resistor. So it will be writing the KVL over here between these 2 points. Okay, let it be A and B. I am going to write the KVL over here. That will be Vs of t, that is what is we are going to find out, minus 5 into 1 ampere current is flowing through 5 ohm as well, 5 into 1 minus 0, because the capacitor voltage will not change instantaneously. So Vc of 0 minus and Vc of 0 plus will be 0 volt itself, equal to 0. So Vs of t at t greater than 0 equal to, circuit of the figure, the maximum value for V2 will be, we have to find out the maximum value for V2, V2, the V2 is, we have to find out what is V2 first. V2 is actually the voltage developed across, or the EMF developed across the secondary terminal due to the rate of change of a current in the first terminal, right? So that is di1 divided by dt, M into di1 divided by dt, where M is the mutual inductance between the 2 terminals, 2 inductors. Okay, so that is our 5 millihenry. For finding out the rate of change of current in the first terminal, we have to find out the current I1 of t in the first terminal. So it will be, I am going to write a KVL across the first terminal. So it will be 6 minus, the switch is closed. Okay, now switch is closed at t is equal to 0, 6 minus L into di by dt, that is 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 into di1 divided by dt minus 50 into I of t equal to 0. Okay, from here I get 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 into di by dt plus 50I equal to 6. Applying Laplace transform, it will be 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 s into I of s plus 50 into I of s equal to 6 divided by s, right? From here I of s equal to 6 divided by s into 30 into 10 raised to minus 3, so that will be, I'll write it as 1000. Okay, 3s by 100 plus 50, right? So, or in other words, I can write it as I am going to take this 30 into 10 raised to minus 3 outside. It will be di by dt plus 5000 divided by 3 into I of t equal to 6. From here I will get di by dt plus 5000 divided by 3 into I of t equal to 200. Okay, and applying Laplace transform, I will get s into I of s plus 5000 divided by 3 into I of s equal to 200 divided by s. From here I of s equal to 200 divided by s into s plus 5000 divided by 3. Applying partial fraction, I will get I of s equal to 200 divided by s into s plus 5000 divided by 3, right? So it will be a divided by s plus b divided by s plus 5000 divided by 3. From here I have to find out a, that is equal to 200 divided by 5000 divided by 3, that is 3 going up. So it will be 3 by 25, and b I will get 200 divided by minus 5000 divided by 3, that is minus 3 by 25. Applying that in the equation, I get 3 by 25 s minus 3 by 25 into s plus 5000 divided by 3, that is our I of s, right? I t of s, I of t, that is the inverse Laplace transform equal to 3 by 25 minus 3 by 25 into e raised to minus 5000 divided by 3 t, that is our I of t. So we got our I of t equal to 3 by 25 into 1 minus e raised to minus 5000 divided by 3 into t. We have to find out v2, which is equal to m into di1 divided by dt. So we have to find out di1 divided by dt, that is equal to 5000 divided by 3 into e raised to minus 5000 divided by 3t, right? So v2 equal to 5 into m is 5 here, 5 millihenry, so it will be 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 into 3 divided by 25 into 5000 divided by 3 into e raised to minus 5000 divided by 3. So that is our v2, and in the question it is asked and the question it is asked to find out the maximum value of V2, that is maximum value occurs when t is equal to 0. So V2 is equal to 1 volt, V2 max is equal to 1 volt. Okay, the maximum value for V2 that can be acquired is equal to 1 volt. And now let's do the next question. In the next question it is asked the steady state voltage across the terminal A and B of the network shown in the figure is. We have to find out the steady state voltage across the terminal A and B. So I'm going to redraw the circuit over here. This 3 farad and 3 farad are in parallel, so it will be 6 farad, 3 farad plus 3 farad, and then comes our B, and then 1 farad and 1 farad are in parallel as well, so it will give me 2 farad equivalent. And then comes our 1 farad, and then our 50 ohm, 100 volt and 100 ohm, right? So this is our point A, this will be our point A, and this will be our point A as well. So it is said that it is in the steady state, so this capacitor will be open circuited, so the whole 100 volt will be dropping across this 1 farad, and we have to find out the voltage drop across the terminal AB, that is a voltage drop across 6 farad. For finding out the voltage drop across a 6 farad or 2 capacitors are there, we have to apply voltage division principle. In voltage division principle, in 2 resistors, if 2 resistors are connected like this, what we do is, to find out the voltage across R1, what we do is, let the voltage be V, voltage into R1 divided by the same resistance divided by R1 plus R2. But in case of in our capacitors, if 2 capacitors are there and we have to find out the voltage across a given capacitor, the voltage equal to voltage V1 equal to the voltage across C1. Let our voltage across C1 equal to V into C2 divided by C1 plus C2. Please keep that in mind. So to find out the voltage across a 6 farad, what I have to do is, that is voltage across AB equal to 100 into 2 farad divided by 6 plus 2. So I will give 25 volt. Okay. Now let's do. For the circuit shown in the figure, the switch is closed at T is equal to 0. The value of IF is 0 plus is. So T greater than 0. What happens? The switch is closed, right? And the capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltages, so it will act as short circuit. Okay. So 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, and here it is 4 volt, and I have to find out IFT, right? So to find out IFT, I am going to consider 2 meshes, I1 and I2, and write in the matrix equation. Okay, so I1 is flowing, considering mesh 1, I1 is flowing through 2 and 2, that is 4, and I2 is flowing through 2 ohm only, so it will be minus 2. And again, considering mesh 2, I1 is flowing through 2 ohm, that is in the opposite direction, so it will be minus 2, and I2 is flowing through 2 and 1 ohm, that is a total of 3 ohm. Okay, and V1, the voltage in the mesh 1 is 4 and the voltage in mesh 2 is 0, and from here I have to find out I1 and I2. That is, our IFT is actually I1 minus I2. So we have to find out I1 and I2. To find out I1, it is delta 1 divided by delta, and I2 it is delta 2 divided by delta. So I have to find out delta first. Delta is equal to the determinant of this matrix, that is 12 minus 4, that is equal to 8, and I have to find out the delta equal to 8, and the delta 1 is the determinant with the first column replaced by 4 0. So it will be equal to 12, and delta 2 is the second column replaced by 4 0. So it will be 8, and I1 is equal to delta 1 divided by delta, which is 12 divided by 8, and I2 is equal to delta 2 divided by delta, which is equal to 8 divided by 8, right? So it will be, our IFT is equal to I1 minus I2, that is 12 by 8 minus 8 by 8, which is equal to 0.5 ampere. Okay, now let's do the next question. Okay, in the circuit shown with the steady current, the potential drop across the capacitor will be, I have to find out the potential drop across the capacitor. I am going to redraw the circuit over here. So it will be like this. The potential drop across the capacitor B, Vc, I am going to write it as Vc, and okay. Now I am going to take the node over here and let the node voltage be Vx, and writing the node equation, I get a Vx plus V divided by R plus Vx plus 2 divided by 2R equal to 0. From here I get 2Vx plus 2V plus Vx plus 2 equal to 0. That is 3Vx plus 2V this is 2V, right? Okay. 3Vx plus 4V equal to 0. From here Vx is equal to minus 4 by 3V, and writing the equation over here, so it will be Vx plus V minus Vc equal to 0, and Vc equal to Vx plus V, that is Vx is minus 4 by 3 volt plus V, which is equal to minus 1 by 3 volt. Okay, so option number C. Now let's move to the next question. For the circuit shown in the figure, if the initial inductor current is 2 ampere, then IL of t at t is equal to 40 milliseconds. For inductor, the current is IL of t is equal to IL of infinity minus of IL of infinity minus IL of 0 into e raised to minus t divided by tau. Here tau is equal to L divided by R equivalent. Okay, so IL of infinity, what happens when t tends to infinity, S tends to 0, and inductor will act as a short circuit. So when t tends to infinity, what happens, we'll see. The inductor will act as short circuit, and the other resistor, this can be neglected because it is in parallel with the short circuit. So I am going to neglect it, and IL of infinity is going through here. And what is the value of IL of infinity? IL of infinity is equal to 20 divided by 10, that is 2 ampere. And IL of infinity is 2, so 2 minus 2 into e raised to minus t divided by tau, and I will get 2 ampere. So I will get a constant of a 2 ampere whatever the time may be. With the for the circuit shown in the figure, Vs equal to 100 into e raised to minus 80. Okay, 100 into e raised to minus 80t, and V2 of 0 equal to 20 volt, and V2 of 0 equal to 20. The value of I of t is, we have to find out the value of I of t. This is the in capacitor 2 microfarad. Okay, and I of t is to be found out, that is the current over here. I am going to redraw the circuit in the Laplace domain. Okay, in the Laplace domain, first of all I am just going to redraw the circuit. So it will be Vs, the voltage across here, voltage over here is, we don't know it, what is V1, and this is V2 of 0, this is V1 of 0. Okay, and here comes our other capacitor. First capacitor is 1 microfarad and second capacitor is 4 microfarad. V2 of 0, it is given in the question itself, it is 20 volt, and we have to find out V1 of 0, that is our whole voltage. The voltage over here, Vs is 100 into e raised to minus 80. That what is Vs of 0? Vs of 0 is equal to 100. That means if it is 20 volt, the rest will be dropping here only, that is 80 volt. So V1 of 0 is 80 volt, and the other one is 2 microfarad. Okay, and I am going to redraw the circuit in the Laplace domain. If I am going to redraw the circuit in the Laplace domain, Vs is 100 into e raised to minus 80t, so it will be 100 divided by s plus 80, and the other one 80 volt and 20 volt combined will give us 100 volt, so it will be 100 divided by s, and the other voltage 1 divided by SC, the capacitor will change to 1 divided by SC, that is 10 raised to 6 divided by S and 10 raised to 6 divided by 4S. Okay, and here it will be 10 raised to 6 divided by 2S. Right, and I am going to find out I of t, that is the voltage, the current flowing through here. So the voltage over here is actually our 100 divided by S plus 80 itself, and applying node equation over there, I will get I of t equal to 100 divided by S plus 80 minus 100 divided by S whole divided by 10 raised to 6 divided by S plus 10 raised to 6 divided by 4S. We have to solve it. By solving, I will get minus 64 divided by 10 raised to 4 into 1 divided by S plus 80. That is our I of S. Taking the inverse Laplace transform, I will get minus 6.4 into e raised to minus 80t milliampere. Okay. So for a series RC circuit excited by a DC voltage source of 10 volt and with the time constant tau, the voltage across a C at a time tau is given by. So Vc equal to Vc of infinity minus Vc of infinity minus Vc of 0 into e raised to minus t divided by tau. We know that. So an RC circuit is excited by a DC voltage source of 10 volt. It is given and with the time constant tau. So for t tends to infinity, what happens to capacitor? Capacitor acts as open circuit and the whole voltage will be dropping across the capacitor only. So Vc of infinity will be 10 volt. So I am going to write it as it is, 10 minus Vc of 0. We are not given any initial conditions, so it will assume it as a 0 and e raised to minus t divided by tau. So it will be 10 into 1 minus e raised to minus t divided by tau, and it is asked in the question what is the value of the voltage across the capacitor. T is equal to tau. So I am going to take t is equal to tau, so it will give 1 minus e raised to minus tau divided by tau, right? So tau will cancel, so I will get 10 into 1 minus e raised to minus 1. So option number A. Okay, thank you. Let's move on to the next question. For the circuit shown in the figure, determine I of 0 plus, assume Vc of 0 equal to 200 volt. Okay, we have to find out I of 0 plus. So to find out I of 0 plus, what we have to do is the IL of 0 minus is, it was open circuited, right? Before t less than 0, it was open circuited. IL of 0 minus was 0 ampere and IL of 0 plus will be 0 ampere as well. So our inductor will act as open circuit because it will not allow sudden change in current. So inductor will act as open circuit, so no current is going to be flowing across the terminal, flowing in the terminal. So IFT will be 0 ampere for time just after the switch is closed. Okay, please keep that in mind. And now let's do the next question. For the circuit shown in the figure, determine VL of 0 plus. So I have to find out VL of 0 plus. So t less than 0, the current through the inductor was, I'll see, it will act as short circuit, right? The current through the inductor was IL of 0 minus equal to 6 ampere only, and after t greater than 0, what happens? T greater than 0, the inductor will not allow sudden change in voltages. So I'll draw it over here. Sorry. T greater than 0, the inductor will not allow sudden change in voltages, so we'll have the same 6 ampere. Now also we have 1 ohm and it is closed circuited, right? and the capacitor will act as short circuit over here, and we have to find out VL of 0 plus. So the voltage drop across 1 ohm is 6 volt, because the current flowing through 1 ohm is 6 volt itself, and the voltage drop across our VL of 0 plus is, if I write the equation over here, it will be minus 0 minus VL of 0 plus equal to 0, that is VL of 0 plus equal to minus 6 volt. Okay, so the answer is minus 6 volt. And coming to the next question, in this will be, we have to find out the value of di of t divided by dt. Okay, writing the mesh equation, I am going to close the circuit and I will write the mesh equation, and the capacitor will act as, right, in the mesh equation I get 100, sorry, it will be 1000, right? Okay, it is 100 minus I into 1000, and the voltage across the capacitor is given by 1 by C into I dt, right? So it will be minus 1 divided by 10 raised to minus 6 integral I dt equal to 0. So it will be 100 equal to 1000 I plus the 10 raised to 6 into integral I dt. Taking differentiation on both sides, I will get 1000 into di by dt plus 10 raised to 6 into I. Taking 1000 outside, I will get di by dt plus 10 raised to 3 equal to 0. So now I can use Laplace transform over here, and di of t, di by dt will be s into I of s minus I of 0, that is the initial condition, plus I of s. So we have to find out if there is an initial condition. Initially, when the switch is closed, what happens is the capacitor will act as short circuited, and the current IC of 0 plus equal to 100 divided by 1000. So I of 0 plus is equal to 100 divided by 1000, that is 0.1. So I'll have to write it here, 0.1 plus I of s equal to 0. From here, I of s equal to 0.1 divided by s plus 1. Right. So taking the inverse Laplace transform, I will get 0.1 into e raised to minus t. So there is a 10 raised to 3, right? I am so sorry. 10 raised to 3, e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t. Okay, 0.1 into e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t, and taking di by dt. Now I have to take di by dt. It is what is asked in the question. So I am going to take our di by dt. Di by dt equal to 0.1 into minus 10 raised to 3 into e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t. So it will be minus 10 raised to 2 into e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t, and di by dt at t is equal to 0 plus is asked here. So it will be equal to 0 will be here. So anything raised to 0 is 1. So I will get minus 100 ampere per second. That is our answer. Minus 100 is the answer. That is minus 100 ampere per second is the answer. And the next question, in the network shown in the given figure, the switch K is closed at t is equal to 0 with the capacitor uncharged. The value of di by dt at t is equal to 0 plus will be same as the previous question. I will get, I write the equation over here. It will be 200 minus I into 10 raised to 3 minus 1 divided by c into integral I dt equal to 0, and it will be 200 equal to 10 raised to 3 I plus it will be 10 raised to 6 integral I dt. Taking differentiation on both sides, I get 10 raised to 3 into di by dt plus 10 raised to 6 equal to 0, and di by dt plus 10 raised to 3I equal to 0, and taking Laplace transform I get s into I of s minus I of 0 plus 10 raised to 3 into I of s, and we have to find out what is I of 0. I of 0 is equal to 200 divided by 1k, 200 divided by 1000, I'll get 0.2. So I'll get s into I of s minus 0.2 into 10 raised to plus 10 raised to 3 into I of s, and I of s equal to 0.2 divided by s plus 10 raised to 3. Taking the Laplace transform I get I of t equal to 0.2 into e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t, and di by dt equal to 0.2 into minus 10 raised to 3 into e raised to minus 10 raised to 3 t, and at t is equal to 0 plus it will be minus 200 amperes per second. Okay. For the circuit shown in the figure, the switch is opened for a long time and it is closed at t is equal to 0. Find the value of I and dIL divided by dt at t is equal to 0 plus. It is what is asked here. So the switch is opened for a long time. So it is given in the question that the switch was opened for a long time. So for t less than 0, it was in the steady state. In the steady state, capacitor will act as your capacitor will act as open circuit and inductor will act as short circuit, right? So it was open circuited and the capacitor was acting as open circuit with a voltage 50 volt. Okay, and now the current flowing through it was 4 ampere current. And what happens when the switch is closed? T greater than 0. So it will be the same current will be flowing through it because the inductor will not allow sudden change in current. So the same current will be flowing. So it is 10 ohm, and let me draw it up. Okay. The voltage over here is plus 50 volt only. So our I is actually equal to minus 50 divided by 10, that is minus 5 ampere. So minus 5 ampere is flowing over here. That means it is on the opposite direction as of I. If I is moving in this direction, minus I means it is in the opposite direction. So it is my 5 ampere going over here and 4 ampere here, and the current over here will be 9 ampere. Obviously it will be 9 ampere applying the KCL. So 9 ampere is being divided between 4 ampere and 4 and divided to 4 ampere and 5 ampere. So we got that, and VL, we have to find out a VL. It is asked in the question. It is DIL divided by dt, L into di divided by dt. So that is VL is already given, that is 50 volt because it is parallel. So 50 equal to L into di by dt, that is 0.1 into DIL divided by dt. I get 500 equal to di divided by dt, that is DIL divided by dt. I got the answer 500 ampere per second, and I equal to, I got the answer minus 5 ampere. I am going to redraw the circuit over here just as in the previous one, and it is open circuit or close suddenly. So it will be the capacitor. So the voltage across the capacitor is 50 volt itself, and the current is 9 ampere. So it will be minus 9 ampere in the opposite direction, right? So the current through the capacitor is equal to C into dVc divided by dt. It is given in the minus 9 ampere. We have found it out by solving the previous question. Okay, so dVc divided by dt equal to minus 9 divided by capacitor. Capacitance is 10 raised to minus 6, so it will be 9 into 10 raised to 6 volt per second. Okay, so that is over. And coming to the next question. In the question, consider the following circuit. The switch is open for a long time and is closed at t is equal to 0. Determine I for 0 plus. So the switch was opened for a long time. So it was opened for a long time. That means the circuit was in steady state. In the steady state, inductor will be short circuited and the capacitor will be open circuited, right? So this was open circuited and the inductor was short circuited, right? 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 12 volt. Okay, so it was open circuited means IL equal to, so no current is going to flow over here, the whole current will be flowing here only. So IL of 0 minus equal to 12 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 4 ampere. So IL of 0 minus IL of 0 plus will be equal to 4 ampere itself. And the voltage across our open circuited capacitance is the current flowing through 1 ohm is 4. So the voltage across 1 ohm is 4 into 1, that is 4 volt itself. So Vc of 0 minus is equal to 4 volt. Okay, so Vc of 0 plus will be 4 volt as well. Yeah, and now let's see what happens if the circuit is, the switch is closed suddenly. That is, inductor will have the same current and the capacitor will have the same voltage. Okay, and the switch is closed. 1 ohm. So that means this is the current to be found out, our I. So this is so for 4 ampere current to flow over here, that means the voltage across a 4 volt voltage across the resistor is still the same 4 volt, because it is being connected across a capacitor whose voltage hasn't changed. So it will be 4 volt itself and the current will be 4 ampere itself, and the whole current is flowing over here 4 ampere. So no current is going to flow to this branch. So that means I equal to 0. Okay, and now that is one part of the question, and the next part is we have to find out I. In the question it was 2 things were asked. I of 0 plus. I of 0 plus is over, and now moving on to that question is over, and moving on to the next question. Same circuit is asked here in the next question. The switch is open for a long time and determine dVc divided by dt. We have to find out dVc divided by dt. For that I am going to read out the circuit for t greater than 0. Okay, t greater than 0, what happens? So I had to find out dVc divided by dt. That is, a current through the capacitor is to be found out. So to find out the current through the capacitor, I am going to take a node over here. This is 4 ampere. This is 4 volt. and since there is no current is going to be flowing over here, I am going to neglect that. We know that we have already found out that no current is going to flow over there, and to write the equation I'll get V minus 12 divided by 2 plus 4 plus V minus 4 divided by 1 equal to 0. From here I get V minus 12 plus 8 plus 2V minus 8 equal to 0. 8 and 8 cancel, and I get 3V equal to 12 and V equal to 4 volt, and IC equal to 4 minus 4 divided by 1, which is equal to 0 as well. IC equal to 0. That is, if IC equal to 0, IC is actually C into dVc divided by dt, right? So IC is 0, that means dVc divided by dt will also be 0. Okay. And now the next question is also with the same network. Next question is also with the same network. The switch is open for a downtime and I have to find out DIL of T. Inductor has to be found out. The voltage across our inductor has to be found out, and to find out the voltage across our inductor, is VL is equal to 0 volt because it is a short circuited. So DL divided by dt equal to V into, voltage is equal to V is equal to. Coming to the next question. The switch is in position 1 for a long time and it is moved to position 2 at t is equal to 0. Determine IL of 0 plus and VC of 0 plus. So for t less than 0, the switch was in position 1. So I will draw it as it is. And the capacitor will be acting as open circuited because it is in steady state. Okay. The switch was in position 1. Okay. It is 100 kilo ohm and 50 kilo ohm and 3 volt, and VC of 0 minus equal to the voltage across our 100k. So applying voltage division principle, I get 3 into 100k divided by 150k, and it will be 2 volt. So VC of 0 minus and VC of 0 plus is equal to 2 volt, and the rest I am going to draw over here, that is 2. It was in steady state, right? So the inductor will be acting as short circuit, and 5 into U of minus t was here, and 500 ohm. The current flowing through over here is 5 divided by 500. That is IL of 0 minus is equal to 5 divided by 500 because the voltage over here is 5 into U of minus t. So it will be 5 itself. 5 divided by 500, that is 10 milliampere. So IL of 0 plus is actually 10 milliampere as well. So the answer is 10 milliampere and 2 volt. Okay. Now moving down to the next question. In the circuit shown below, the steady state is reached with the switch K open, the switch is closed at t is equal to 0. So t less than 0, it was a steady state. I will draw it with it open circuit, right? So it was 5 volt, and the capacitor will have act as open circuited, right? So I win 2 ohm, and the inductor will be acting as short circuit. So this happened before 0. So I1 at 0 minus equal to 0 ampere because it is open circuited, and I2 and I I2 is 0 as well. I2 of 0 minus is equal to 0 ampere as well, right? Because and VC of and VCO, because this circuit is open circuit and no current is going to be flowing over here. So VC of 0 minus equal to 10 volt. The whole, because it is open circuit, the whole voltage will be dropping across the VC only. So VC of 0 minus is 10 volt. And for t greater than 0, what happens? The switch is closed, and the switch is closed, what happens? The capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltages, and the inductor will not allow sudden change in current. So the capacitor will have a voltage of a 10 volt over here, and the inductor will have a current of 0 ampere. So now we have to find out I1. To find out I1, that is 5 volt minus the voltage over here is 10 volt, right? 5 volt minus 10 divided by the resistance is 1 plus 2. So it will be 5 minus 10 divided by 3, that is our I1, equal to minus 5 divided by 3 ampere. Okay. Now the next question. Two inductors of values 1 Henry and 5 Henry are connected in parallel, and the combination is connected across a 10 volt DC source. Assuming the inductors are having 0 initial current, the rate of change of a current experienced by the 10 volt DC sources. That means two inductors are in parallel, and the equivalent inductor will be 1 into 5 divided by L1 L2 divided by L1 plus L2, right? So it will be 5 by 6 Henry, and the combination is connected across a inductor is connected across a 10 volt DC source. Assuming the inductors are having 0 initial current, the rate of change of a current experienced by the 10 volt source is the voltage across the inductor is 10 volt. The voltage across the inductor formula is L into di by dt. That means 5 by 6 into di divided by dt. So I will get di divided by dt equal to 10 into 6 divided by 5, which gives us 12 ampere per second. Okay. Now let's do the next question. In the next question, it is asked, consider the network shown in the figure. Excuse me. Okay. Consider the network shown in the figure. IL of 0 t less than 0. It was closed, the switch was closed, and in steady state inductor will act as short circuit and capacitor will act as open circuit. Okay. And the current through the inductor was IL of 0 minus equal to 4 divided by 2, because no current is going to flow over here, it will be 2 ampere. So IL of 0 plus will be 2 ampere as well, because the inductor will not allow sudden change in current. And the voltage across our capacitor VC of 0 minus, the whole voltage is going to be dropping across our open circuit terminal only. So it will be 4 volt. So VC of 0 plus will be 4 volt as well, because capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltages. Okay. And moving on to the next question. Consider the following network, and we have to find out right. So if I draw it, it will be 12 ampere current over here, and it was in steady state as well. In the steady state, inductor will act as short circuit. So and IL of 0 minus equal to, the current is being divided between 4 ohm and 8 ohm. So it will be applying current division principle, 12 into 8 divided by 12, it will be 8 ampere. And the current after the switch is closed, the current through the inductor will not change, right? The current through the inductor is not going to be changed because the inductor will not allow sudden change in current. So the current through the inductor will be the same. It is actually IL of t is asked here. Okay, so IL of 0 plus is 8 ampere as well. So the answer is the next question. Consider the following network, and it is asked di of t divided by dt at t is equal to 0 plus is asked here, and drawing the network over here, it will be we know as IL of 0 minus is equal to IL of 0 plus is 8 ampere. So that is not going to change. I'm going to redraw the circuit. Inductor will not allow sudden change in current. Okay, and the voltage across our 4 ohm is actually 4 into 8, right? Because the current flowing through our 4 ohm is 8 ampere. So the voltage across it will be 32. Voltage across it will be 32, and this 8 ampere current is coming here and is being divided between, since our 8 ohm is connected over here, our 8 ampere current is being divided between 2 8 ohm. Okay, so it will be 4 ohm and 4 ohm, and write in the mesh equation over here the voltage across here. This is VL of 0 plus. Okay, so I am going to write the mesh equation over here. It will be VL of 0 plus 32, and I'm going to take in this way, and the current over here is in the opposite direction, so it will be plus 32 as well, equal to 0. So VL of 0 plus is equal to minus 64. VL is actually L into di by dt. DIL of 0 plus divided by dt, that is minus 64. So I get DIL divided by dt equal to minus 64 divided by L, that is 64 divided by 2, that is minus 32 ampere per second. Okay, we'll do in the next question. I'll get, for the circuit shown in the figure, the switch is closed for a long time and it is opened at t is equal to 0. I have to find out IL of 0 plus, B2C of 0 plus, and VC of 0 plus. Okay, so it was closed for a long time, it is said. So it was in steady state, that is, if I draw it, it is 18 volt, 2 ohm, 4 ohm. In the steady state, inductor will act as short circuit. It was closed, and the capacitor will act as open circuit, right? So V2C was here and VC was here, right? So I can see that these two terminals are in parallel. That means VC of 0 minus equal to 0 volt, because this is short circuited. The voltage is equal to 0, the potential difference equal to 0, then this is parallel to this short circuit. So VC of 0 minus will be equal to 0, and VC of 0 plus will be equal to 0 as well, because capacitor will not allow sudden change in voltages. And now we have to find out what is VC of V2C. So that is a voltage drop across our 4 ohm. So applying voltage division principle over here, so it will be V2C equal to 18 into 4 divided by 4 plus 2, that is 3 into 2, 12 volt. So VC of V2C of 0 minus equal to V2C of 0 plus equal to 12 volt. Okay, and now I have to find out IL of 0 minus. IL of 0 minus, these are open circuit, so no current is going to be flowing over here or here. So 18 divided by IL of 0 plus is equal to 18 divided by 2 plus 4, that is 3 ampere, which is equal to IL of 0 plus as well. So the option number 2 is the correct answer. And the next question, consider the following network E of t. Consider the following network. The current I of t for t greater than or equal to 0 is to be found out when voltage source is E of t equal to 2 into e raised to minus 0.5 t into E of t, and Vc of 0 minus is equal to 0 volt. Okay, Vc of 0 minus is equal to 0 volt. So I have to find out I of t. To find out I of t, I am going to apply Laplace transform over here. So it will be 2 divided by s plus 0.5, and 1 ohm. Capacitor will be 1 divided by SC, that is 1 divided by S into 1 by 2, that is 2 by S. Okay, then I of S. And if I take the mesh equation, it will be 2 divided by S plus 0.5 minus I of S into 1 ohm minus 2 by S into I of S equal to 0. From here, I of S equal to 2 divided by S plus 0.5 into 2 by S plus 1. So it is 2S divided by S plus 0.5 into S plus 2. Taking the partial fraction plus 2, I will get A equal to 2 by 3 and B equal to 8 by 3. Okay, from here I of S I get equal to 2 by 3 into S plus 0.5 and minus 8 by 3 into S plus 2. Sorry, it is 8 by 3 and 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3 and plus 8 by 3. So it will be minus 2 by 3 into e raised to minus 0.5 t plus 8 by 3 into e raised to minus 2 t. Okay, so that is the answer. So Vc 2 over 0 minus was 0 volt because it was open circuit, the switch was open, so no voltage was there across the capacitor terminal. So Vc of C2 over 0 plus will be 0 volt as well, and the voltage across the inductor equal to equal to, it will be dropping across the whole voltage. 10 volt will be dropping across our inductor only. So VL1 of it is 0 plus is equal to write in the mesh equation over here the 15 volt 5 ohm and the inductor. Okay, write in the mesh equation over here, it is 15 minus 5I minus L into di by dt, that is 5 into di divided by dt equal to 0. From here I get di divided by dt plus I equal to 15 divided by 5, that is 3. Taking the inverse Laplace, taking the Laplace transform, I get s into I of s minus I of 0 plus I of s equal to 3 divided by also absorbed by the resistor during the interval 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 5. For that I am going to consider this mesh and writing the mesh equation I get for t greater than 0. Okay, so it will be 15 volt only. So it will be 15 minus 5I minus 5 into di divided by dt equal to 0. From here 15 is equal to 5I plus 5 into di divided by dt, and di by dt plus I equal to 3, and taking the Laplace I get s into I of s minus I of 0 plus I of s equal to 3. So I have to find out I of 0, that is the initial condition before 0. So before t less than 0, this u of t wasn't there. That means the circuit was just 10 volt only. Okay, so the current was 10 divided by 5 equal to 2 ampere. So I have to write that through. So s into I of s minus 2 plus I of s equal to 3 by s. Okay, it is 3 by s, and I of s equal to 3 by, let me see, s into I of s plus I of s plus I of s equal to 3 by s plus 2, that is 3 plus 2s divided by s. Okay, and I of s equal to 3 plus 2s divided by s into s plus 1. Taking partial fraction I get a divided by s plus b divided by s plus 1. From here I get a equal to 3 and b is equal to minus 1. Okay, and writing that I get I of s equal to 3 divided by s minus 1 divided by s plus 1, and taking inverse Laplace transform I get 3 minus e raised to minus t. Okay, and that is our current through the whole circuit, and the energy absorbed by the resistor. I have to find out the energy absorbed by the resistor, that is I square R t during the time interval. So I am going to take the time interval 0 to 5, and I square, it is 3 minus e raised to minus t the whole square into R is 5 into t. Okay, into dt, I'm sorry, into dt, and I have to find it out here. So taking the square, it gives 9 minus 6 into e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus 2t dt equal to 5 into 9t minus plus 6 divided by e raised to t, sorry, 6 into e raised to t, I'm so sorry, e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus 2t divided by minus 2, 0 to 5. Right, so it will be 5 into 9 into 5 plus 6 into e raised to minus 5 minus e raised to 0 minus 1 by 2 into e raised to minus 10 minus 1. I will get 197.5 joule. Okay, closed for a long time and it is opened at t is equal to 0. The time constant of the circuit for t greater than or equal to 0 is equal to RC. So it will be, this is open circuit, so we don't have to consider. So R into C equivalent equal to 20 into 10 raised to 3 into 2 into 10 raised to minus 6. So it is 40 milliseconds. Okay. So the next question is, consider the following network H of S. Our output is taken from the resistor, so it will be R divided by, input is going to both the resistor and the capacitor, so it will be R plus 1 by SC. So H of j omega equal to R divided by R plus 1 divided by j omega C. Omega is 1 here because it is sin t, so it will be 1 divided by 1 plus 1 j, right. So into j I get 1 divided by 1 minus j, and that is H of j omega, and taking the magnitude I get, if I write it in the magnitude and angle form, I get 1 divided by root 2 angle 45 degree. So VR of S is equal to H of S into V of S, which is equal to 1 by root 2 into sin t plus 45 degree. Okay. Now taking the next question. In the circuit shown in the figure, the steady state current through the inductor IL is, we have to find out the steady state current through the inductor. Okay. So to find out the steady state current through the inductor, that means the switch is open circuited and our IL is flowing over here. I have to find out our IL, right? So current is over here, that means 2 angle 45 degree. This is the magnitude is 2 and the phase difference is 45 degree. So it is 2 angle 45 degree and it is being divided between our 1 Henry and 2 ohm. Okay, it is 2 ohm. So if I write in the j omega L form, it is j omega is 2, right? So it will be 2j into L. L is 1. So it will be 2j and 2 ohm. It is being divided between 2j and 2 ohm. So our current over IL, applying the current division principle, I get 2 angle 45 into 2 divided by 2 plus 2j, right. So I think the other one in the other one in magnitude and the form, it will be, it is actually 1 divided by 1 plus j. It is in magnitude form, it is 1 divided by root 2 angle minus 45, right. So that means I get root 2 angle 0. So it will be IL is equal to root 2 sin 2t. Okay, I have to find out the steady state voltage across the resistor. So I am going to redraw the circuit over here. It is 2 angle 45 again, and the capacitor value is 1 by 2 farad. I am going to replace that with 1 by j omega c, which is equal to 1 by j into omega is 1 here into c is 1 by 2, that is 2 divided by j. Okay. So firstly I am going to find out the current across this resistor. So I am going to apply current division principle to find out the current across the resistor. It will be divided by 2 plus 2 by G, and here 1 divided by 1 plus J, 45 into 1 divided by root 2 angle minus 45. So the current through the resistor is actually root 2 angle 0, root 2 angle 0, and the voltage across the resistor is current into resistance. So that is 2 angle 0 into that is root 2 angle 0 into 2, that is 2 root 2 angle 0, or in other words I can write it as 2 root 2 cos t. Okay, last question. With this the session is over here, and with this the session is over here. Thank you so much for stopping by this channel, and please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.